Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zolotech, and one of the most requested videos I get is what is on the devices I'm using. I haven't ever done a what's on my Android phone, so that's what this video is. I've done what's on my iPhone, what's on Windows Phone 7, and here we have the Galaxy Nexus running Ice Cream Sandwich, and we're going to take a look at what's on this phone. Now, honestly, I use a lot of different phones all the time. My primary phone is an iPhone, and I'm always testing an Android phone. So I generally carry three different phones on me. I carry one iPhone, I carry a Windows Phone 7 device, and an Android device because I'm testing them all the time and trying to find new apps, things like that. So I may not have the apps that you use, and that's where I would ask for suggestions. But let's take a look at what's on this phone first. So we'll go ahead and turn it on. We'll zoom in here a little bit. Here we go, and unlock the phone. Now, my home screen's kind of cluttered here on this phone, and I generally like it pretty clean, but I'm used to the icons being right there, and so they're all right up front. Now you can see from left to right, they're wrapped right around the clock. I really don't have a whole lot on widgets on far pages. In fact, I don't have anything pretty much to the right other than settings. So that's where I'm going to ask you for suggestions as to widgets, because I'm going to start using Android a little bit more than I have recently, because I really like Ice Cream Sandwich. It's a great update to the operating system. I know some tech places have given it, some tech reviews have given it some bad feedback. I'm not really sure why. I think it's a great update. It seems to be much more stable and smooth than other versions. But anyway, as you can see here, let's go back home. I have TiVo. Now I have a TiVo Premiere that I use, so I use the TiVo remote. Works great. It works great on iPhone, and then it came to Android, and it works great on an Android phone. Really nice to use and really great on this big screen. Here you can see I have Angry Birds. It's free on Android. Why not have it? Unless you really just don't like the game, Angry Birds. You can see Twitter. I'm keeping up or talking to a lot of you on Twitter, so I use that a lot. Camera, easy access to the camera, but that's default anyway. Here we have email, again, another default app. I read a lot of email, so I have that. Now, Google Listen. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and Google Listen is one of my favorites. Google Listen is free. It has my subscriptions. You can see MacBreak Weekly, This Week in Google, This Week in Tech, Windows Weekly. I listen to a little bit of everything, a lot of Leo Laporte stuff. There's also some things like the Car Guys I listen to, all sorts of different things, but great little podcasting app. Does a great job, works great, is free, so why not use it? Here you can see I have Bible. It's from YouVersion. Same thing I have on all the other phones. Great app if you are a Christian or just want to read the Bible. It's a good app to have. Has a lot of different versions in it and things like that. I don't have recommendations for any other books as far as that goes, but this is the best one as far as that I can see as far as that goes. Go back home here. Now we have Pulse. Pulse is a news reader that I use to get all my news from all the different feeds from Engadget, Mac Rumors, The Verge, 9 to 5 Mac, Windows Mobile Power users, all sorts of different feeds that I look at, and it lets me check those and is presented in a really nice way. Again, another free app. And again, with most of what I get on comments for these videos and others, I get the most that say things are free on Android, and that's pretty much true. The majority of them are free. So let's go back here. Here you can see I have, up at the top, I have Amazon Kindle. Now, I don't do a whole lot of book reading on here. I do more testing to see how things sync between different devices. So that's really there as more of something just to take a look at. Was looking at some programming books, things like that. Steam just came out, and Steam is a chat client that you can play on Steam and kind of chat and look at what's new, things like that. Can't really play any games right here from Steam, but it lets you interact with their kind of infrastructure or whatever you want to call it. The stuff they've got going on at Steam. Path is kind of Facebook and Twitter redone. In fact, Google tried to buy Path and they turned them down, but great application. It's free. I'm not going to go into it, but if you haven't seen it, it's beautiful how they have things moving around and how you can tag things, and it just is, they did a really nice job as far as social networking goes. Now right here in this quick app drawer, kind of a lot of the same things, but Netflix, you got to have Netflix on all my devices that I can. It's great to have. I use it all the time, and It's one of the things I have quick access to. I was trying out Google Currents. What do you guys think of that? I'm not really sure what I think of it. It's interesting, but I don't find myself using it a whole lot. Now, Google Music I do use a lot. I keep hitting things here to keep the screen from blinking out. I use Google Music a lot, and Google Music's great because it syncs everything to the cloud. So I have everything, there's more podcasts and things, but I have everything synced to the cloud, all my music, artists, things like that. Tons and tons and tons of stuff online, all free to put up there. If you own it, sync it up, and then you can listen to it on the go. It's great to use. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot here. If we go the other direction, I have a Twitter feed here. I have the weather. It's 30 degrees. Fairly warm, actually, this time of the year, so it's nice. And that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot this way. If I go to the actual app drawer, you're going to see things like princess games, things like that. I'm sure I'll get a few comments, but basically my daughters play these too. They love these little princess coloring, Disney princess puzzles, things like that. So those aren't really me, but I'm sure I'll get a few comments about that. eBay I use all the time. eBay I'm on a lot. I'm either buying or selling, one of the two, playing around with gadgets, things like that. I got the Titan on eBay and play around with it. And then when I'm done with it, I'll sell it off so that I can get a different phone. So it's on eBay. Or that's one of my favorite apps. I had NFL Mobile to try out the Super Bowl feed. I really don't watch sports, but I tried it out and it seems to work nice, but I don't have an account. But the overall app looks nice. So music, messaging, more princess stuff, Netflix, movie studio. You can edit movies, really cool. Check that out if you haven't. And these are some things that I haven't tried out, like Spool. Tetris I tried out, of course. Tiny Tower is on iPhone as well. Same thing. But Speed Test I use a lot. And Speed Test mostly because I'm testing 4G speeds. I've gotten as high as 27 by 17. So that's 27 megabits down by 17 megabits up. Pretty impressive speeds on 4G. That's faster than many people's cable modems. So overall, that's really what's on my phone. You saw Facebook there. I have Facebook. I have kind of all the normal stuff and then some added things. So this is where I ask you. No, I don't want that right now. I didn't mean to open that. So this is where I ask you, what are your favorite apps? And if you have a moment, list, I guess, maybe your top 5 or 10 apps that you use regularly in the comments below. And I'll go and try them out. And then maybe we'll do a video on what apps I tried out that you guys recommended. Because you guys always have some great recommendations. And there's so many apps now between all the different platforms. It's just not possible to hit every one that's great. I can look at staff picks, but people that have been using Android know better than the staff, I think, most of the time, because they're paid to do that, where you guys are trying them out and trying one, saying it stinks, trying another. You get the idea. So if you could suggest any great ones, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Other than that, though, thanks for watching. As always, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. This is Aaron. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.